Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly video of predictions for what I think is going to happen in next week's episode of the Walking Dead television series. This is for episode 5 now of season 8. This is called The Big Scary You.
What should we do with the ones who won't subscribe?
Bring them to me. And spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen episode 4 yet, some guy for The Walking Dead season 8. So this one for episode 5, and I'll have at the end screen videos for you guys, my review for episode 4, as well as my reaction for episode 4, because it was a pretty tragically sad ending to the episode. But an amazing episode. Another awesome episode. Went by so fast, it was crazy. Check out the review and all that good stuff. So episode 5, The Big Scary You. So first of all, the title is a little strange because it's The Big Scary You. A lot of people have predicted, because this title's been out for a little while now, that it may be referring to Eugene, which I like. I like that prediction. I like that idea that the title refers to him, because The Big Scary You is like The Big Scary Eugene. I like it, like it's short for Eugene, because he's the thinker, right? And the saviors find themselves now in a predicament where they are kind of boxed in by all the zombies. They're separated from Negan. I'm sure many of them think Negan could be dead. You have Simon and some of the others there, and they're just really right now not too sure, I would think, about what they're going to do or what's going to happen. So to have someone like Eugene come in as a thinker and devise some kind of plan, now that we know that there's nobody coming to help them get out of there, they're going to have to fight their way out of it due to the 50 cal being stopped, the delivery being stopped by Rick and Daryl in episode 4. So the Saviors are going to have to find a way to fight their way out of there, and possibly Eugene could be the one to come up with something, I'm thinking, that would be pretty cool. So we'll have to see, but that's my general prediction. What I think is Eugene's going to come up with an idea. He's going to come up with a way, kind of find some way of how they're going to get out of there, and they're going to reclaim the sanctuary back, or at least find a way for them to all get out of there and find somewhere else to go. So the synopsis for The Big Scary You reads, quote-unquote, a close look at Negan and the lives of the Saviors during the conflict through a familiar set of eyes. And I'm thinking, of course, that would be the eyes of Gabriel, because obviously he is trapped in the big trailer with Negan. And they did shoot a pretty cool thing, which is on AMC's website, where you can watch, or AMC's YouTube channel, of Negan and kind of how he found his way. It's like a 360, one of those 360 things, of how he found his way into the trailer, and Gabriel as well too, and kind of how he got trapped in there. But it's kind of cool, so you can check that out to kind of see that perspective on it. So thinking of this episode, that Negan and Gabriel are going to find a way to kind of break out of there. Maybe you have Eugene and the others kind of come out and find a way to stop a lot of the zombies that are kind of in that outer, maybe courtyard type area in and around Gabriel and Negan. But there are some pretty funny sequences here, and it looks like it might be a funny episode. It seems that it's not going to be bottled off entirely, because we know Rick and Daryl are going to be in it, but it looks like it may be kind of mostly sectioned off to the sanctuary for the biggest concentration on the bad guys, so to speak, on this guy, Negan, right? And the others, Dwight, everybody else there. And then maybe a little bit of an add-in with Rick and Daryl, but probably I'm thinking no Kingdom this week. I'm thinking probably very little Hilltop, if any, this week. Probably none. Most of the concentration on the Saviors, which is good, because I personally, am excited for that. It's been 4 episodes since, of the season. Since the premiere, we have not seen Negan. We have not really seen the other Saviors. They've all kind of been kind of trapped in there, and we've just seen Rick and the others taking down the outpost and doing all the other stuff they're doing, which has been so exciting. But it's going to be cool as well, just to get to see Negan and the regular bad guys again. So the sneak peek, and I'll put the link to it in the description as well as the promo. It says, so you got Negan who says, "Let me ask you something. Why did you become a priest?" And then Gabriel says, "I love God and I love people. I wanted to bring them together, to help people through their difficult times, to help them through their weaknesses." And then you got Negan who says, "Now look at that. That's my thing. I like to help people through their weaknesses too. I've been doing it one way or another my whole life." And then you've got Negan who says, you want to know why people are going to start dying in there? Because I'm not there to stop it. And then the trailer starts to kind of creak as Negan starts to whistle. And also, just for you guys so you know, I will be doing a review probably this week or next week, most likely this week, on Negan's backstory. Here's Negan, which is the trade volume of the Walking Dead comic book series, which includes Negan's life before the zombie apocalypse. So heads up for that. Stay tuned for that. Check for that this week. Here's Negan, it's called. So there'll be a review for that this week if you don't know what happens in that. I did a review of each issue, but now this week when I get the full volume, we're going to take a look at the full volume of Negan's backstory in its entirety. I don't expect to see any flashback sequences in this episode of Negan and what happened. You would think that maybe Gabriel would ask, what did you do before the zombie apocalypse? But maybe he just doesn't care because, of course, this is Negan. This is the big bad of the saviors he's stuck with. So it's not like they're exactly on the same team, and it's not like exactly Gabriel's probably going to want to talk to him, but he's stuck in there, and physically, of course, Negan gets the better of him pretty quickly, which you can see in the next on as Negan kind of takes Gabriel down and kind of jumps up and takes him down and stuff, which is pretty exciting. You think, like, yeah, it's Gabriel, so he's probably not going to put up much of a fight against Negan one-on-one. And then we see after that Gavin in the promo who says, someone in here made everything out there happen. So Gavin, I'm actually pretty impressed with Gavin so far this season. It's his group that are the ones that kind of take out the kingdom that attacks with the 50 cal. So his kind of outpost, which is kind of cool. Now we're kind of getting to see a little bit more from him here, where he kind of has put two and two together that they may have a traitor in their midst. And then you have Simon, who's mad dogging Dwight because he's kind of looking at him and thinking that maybe Dwight was the one who did this. But it sounds like he's not sure. And then we get a voiceover from Rick, I believe, who says, there's a plan. We've got to see it through. And then we've got Daryl and Rick going their separate ways. So very exciting as far as that goes. We get to see some explosives. We get to see the big guns and all that kind of stuff. And Rick kind of just walking off, Daryl riding the bike away. Then you've got Dwight who says, if you can't lead the Saviors out of here, I will. Then you've got Daryl who says, Daryl who may be killing the guy that they were chasing in the car. And that's pretty much it, I think, for as far as what they've released about this episode, non-spoiler stuff, like officially from AMC. It looks like it's going to be another really good episode. But yes, we can expect the season to start to slow down a little bit now, at least for probably a couple episodes. Then gear up episode 7 for the finale, and then episode 8 being the big mid-season finale. And I would not be surprised if this is one of the best halves of a Walking Dead season ever. I mean, in these first 4 episodes, we got to see some incredible action sequences, so much gunfire and craziness. And maybe now it's kind of nice and refreshing to get kind of an episode where we get to see the villains, so to speak. We get to see Negan, the Saviors, kind of figuring out what they're going to do and kind of breaking their way out of there, leading up to the mid-season finale. Also, maybe some kind of curveball in this episode as you're seeing Daryl and Rick split up. Are we thinking that maybe Rick could be jumped by the Junkyard group or captured by them? We did see in the trailer that looks like the Junkyard group were in there, and maybe Rick was stuck in one of their big trailer carts or trailer storage containers. So we're going to have to see. But if that is to happen, this might be the perfect time to do it because it looks like he's alone. Looks like he's heading off somewhere according to the plan, and maybe he won't get there. Maybe something will happen along the way. So either way, it could be really exciting. And I'm just hoping the season continues along, being even maybe 3/4 as good as it's been so far. So write your comments below, guys. Do your predictions below. What do you think we're going to see in this episode? Are you excited to get to see more from Negan and the Saviors, or at this point, are you just enjoying seeing Rick and the others so much that maybe you're not looking forward to episode 5 so much? I am, because we have seen almost no Negan this season at all, and you guys know I love to see Negan stuff. So that'll be it for this video, guys. Check out the other videos here for the review and for the reaction video, as well as send me your questions for the Q&As for this week so I can have one for you guys as early as tomorrow. That'll be it for tonight's video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please thumb this one up below, share a favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. You can do it. You can put on your subscribing pants at the bottom left. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.